They thought they broke him, left him shattered, alone, buried beneath the weight of their betrayal. But silence isn't surrender, and ashes don't mean it's over. He didn't stay dead. He studied. He trained. He changed. They tried to erase him, but all they did was clear the space for something far worse to rise. Not their victim, not their mistake, their reckoning. He walks now, not to be seen, but to be felt. And every step he takes is a whisper of a truth they tried to drown. You made him. Now, he's coming back to remind you what that cost.
They didn't kill me with blades. They used promises. They fed me lies in the language of loyalty, smiled while they sharpened their knives behind my back. And I let them, because I wanted to believe someone would stay. Someone would choose me, but no one did. They left piece by piece, and every goodbye took something I couldn't get back. My trust, my warmth, my belief that love meant protection. They didn't break me all at once. They wore me down until I was nothing but breath and pain. I stopped looking for the light because every time I found it, someone turned it off. So I let it go, let myself fall, not to die, to transform. I stopped fighting the nights, stopped fearing the silence, because the silence, it didn't lie. It didn't smile while stabbing me. It didn't leave, it stayed. So I stayed too, alone, cold, still breathing, but barely. People think pain screams, but real pain, it whispers, it lingers, it teaches. And I listened. Every scar became scripture. Every sleepless hour, a sermon. No more questions, no more why me. Only one answer, because this is what makes you real. The mirror didn't show a victim anymore. It showed someone forming, not rising, not healing, hardening. I learned to smile without warmth, to move without noise, to feel everything and show nothing. Because when pain is the only thing left, you either run from it or you become it. So I did, and once I did, I stopped breaking. I started building. I didn't wake up stronger. I built it, rep by rep, scar by scar. One silence at a time, no crowds, no applause, just me, and the echo of a world that stopped asking if I was okay. Good, because I wasn't. I didn't rise to prove anything. I rose because staying broken was no longer an option. They took everything, left me with nothing but pain, and I made it a weapon. Turned betrayal into blueprint, turned weakness into ritual, turned loneliness into discipline. I didn't rebuild what I was. I designed what they couldn't predict. A version of me they don't have a name for. I don't smile anymore, not because I forgot how, but because there's nothing left to smile for. This isn't recovery. It's not redemption. It's reconstruction. And what's coming doesn't care who's ready. I went back to the places where I begged, to the faces that watched me fall, not for closure, for clarity. I stood where they left me, and I didn't flinch, didn't speak, just looked around and realized I don't need any of it. Not their words, not their forgiveness, not their validation. The version of me that cried in those shadows, dead. And I buried him without ceremony. No eulogy, no flowers, just dirt and silence. Because he was good. But good doesn't survive this world. I'm not ashamed of who I was. I'm grateful because his death is what gave me life. So no, I don't miss him. I don't wish I could go back. I wish I'd become this sooner. I don't need revenge. I don't need an apology or closure or for anyone to understand. Because I've seen what I can survive. I've walked through fire with nothing but teeth and will. I don't need to explain why I changed. I am the explanation. They thought silence meant surrender. But silence, it was my weapon. And now, it's my crown. I've stopped waiting to be saved. Stopped hoping someone would say, you didn't deserve it. Because I did. I welcomed it. I let pain carve me open. Let betrayal rearrange my bones. And from it, I built something untouchable. You can't shame me. You can't guilt me. You can't reach me. Because I don't rise for love. I rise for power. Not over others. Over myself. And there is nothing stronger than a man who no longer craves your mercy. You feel it when I enter. The shift, the silence, the way the air forgets how to breathe. I don't raise my voice. I don't need to. I carry consequence, not noise. You wanted a monster? You fed it. You sharpened its claws with your doubt, your betrayal, your cowardice. Now stand there. Look me in the eye. This is what you built. I'm not hiding. I'm here. And you're still running. Not from me. From the guilt. From the truth that you created something you can't control. I didn't become this by accident. I became this because of you. And now, you'll see what happens when creation turns on its creator. I won't shout. I don't have to. Because every step I take is your judgment arriving. And there's no place left to hide.
You made him. With every lie, every silence, every moment you turned away when he needed you most. You thought he'd break, thought he'd beg, thought he'd vanish. But monsters don't disappear. They evolve. You buried him, and he built a throne in the dirt. You mocked his pain, and he forged it into power. Now you say he's changed. That he's cold, cruel, unrecognizable. Good. That means it worked. This is what you created. And now, you don't get to run. You don't get to hide. You asked for this. So face him. Face the monster you made.